Hi guys, welcome to another video. Hope you're all keeping nice and cool in this awfully oppressive hot weather. When is it gonna end? Hate it. Now, as you will probably know if you've been watching me other videos, particularly the early ones I put up, you will know I'm a huge fan of the late great horror writer James Herbert. Now, in this video, I'd like to talk about his David Ash trilogy, a story he began in the first book, Haunted, and it continued the character on for two more books. Now, the first book in the series is, of course, Haunted. Now, this is the novel that first introduced the paranormal investigator David Ash. Fantastic haunted house story by Jim. And if you haven't read the book, I'll just read you the blurb just to give you an idea of the story. So yeah, guys, 3 nights of terror at a house called Herbert. 3 nights in which David Ash, there to investigate a haunting, will be a victim of horrifying and maleficent games. 3 nights in which he will face the blood-chilling enigma of his past. 3 hideous nights before Herbert's dreadful secrets will be revealed, and the true nightmare will begin. So yeah, guys, that's that's the first book in the David Ash trilogy, Haunted. It came out in 1988. I read this book a few times and thoroughly enjoy it. Now, although it's a short book, pretty short book like the Rats, it does pack a pretty powerful punch. I can tell you that. So it's not the usual James Herbert's blood and gore, all out in your face horror, the type of horror that he first became famous for. This is although it's a horror story, it's a more sort of like reserved horror story, builds tension up and that, which I've got no complaints about in that, because James Herbert, no matter what type of story he writes, whether it's an out and out horror, visceral horror like the Rats, or a more sort of like a more slow burner kind of story like Haunted, yeah, he does a fantastic. He's really on the money with this one, Haunted, and that, one of his best books in my opinion. So that's as I say, that's the first book where we meet the investigator David Ash. So that's Haunted from 1988. Now here's the second book in the David Ash trilogy, and that is called The Ghost of Sleath. This is as you can see, this is a bit thicker than the other book, Haunted, and that, so I'll just read you the blurb of this if you haven't read the story, just to give you an idea. Now, can a ghost haunt a ghost? Good question. Can the dead reach out and touch the living? Can ancient evil be made manifest? These are the questions that confront psychic investigator David Ash when he delves into the mysterious events terrorising the community of Sleath, a small quaint village hidden away in the Chiltern Hills. Now in Sleath, Ash will fear for his own sanity as each dark secret is unveiled and terrible malign forces are unleashed, for the full horror will be beyond imagination. So yeah, guys, as I say, that's the second book in James Herbert's David Ash trilogy, and a fine book it is too. There's a bit more going on in here than there was in Haunted, and yeah, it's a fantastic sequel to Haunted. Highly recommend The Ghost of Sleath. Now, the third and final book in James Herbert's Ash trilogy is this tiger tank of a book called, appropriately enough, Ash. Now, this was sadly Jim's last book, before he passed away, and that, but it's a pretty thick book, it's as you can see, takes a bit of getting through, getting through in that. But if you haven't read the story, again, I'll read you the blurb just to give you an idea. So yeah, guys, fear will let you in, terror will keep you there. They were miscreants with black souls, roaming the corridors and passageways, infamous people thought long deceased, hiding and nurturing their evil in a basement full of secrets, so shocking they would shake the world that they were never revealed. David Ash, ghost hunter and parapsychologist, arrives at Comrade Castle, a desolate ancient place with a dark heart, to investigate a series of disturbing events. An incorporeal power has been ignited by a long ago curse, fed and now unleashed by the evil of those who once inhabited the supposed sanctuary, and by some who still do, yet their hour of retribution is at hand. So there you go, guys, that's the third and final book in the James Herbert's David Ash trilogy, Ash. Now, I must admit, although I'm a huge fan of Jim's, I was disappointed with this book. I mean, I think I don't know what it was. It just didn't seem to have the same magic as the previous two novels in the David Ash series. And I know quite a few people agree with me on this and that. You know, there's many parts in the book I thought, well, you know, I questioned and that. You know, but you know, it's, I mean, like, if you like James Herbert and that, you know, I mean, you know, you might enjoy it and that, you know. But as I say, I think it's his Marmite book. A lot of people loved it, a lot of people hated it, and he's thrown so much into this as well, like, you know, relating to like political, you know, royalty and things like that and that. You know, there's so much going on in this book, and you know, I was just wondering to myself, like, well, you know, is some of it a little bit too far-fetched? But anyway, I won't go on too much about it and that. But I say, I have to admit, of the 3 David Ash books, this is the one that I was least pleased with, you know. But I'll keep it in my collection and that, you know, because like I say, it's Jim's last book and that, you know, and you know, it completes the David Ash trilogy. So yeah, guys, so just recap then. So that's the first book in the David Ash trilogy, Haunted. Second one, Ghosts of Sleath, and the third and final book is Ash. Okay, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this this new James Herbert video, and yeah, fantastic, you know, fantastic story, David Ash and that, you know, and as I say, you know, if you haven't read these books, you know, I highly recommend you go out and get them. So as I say, yeah, so that completes me new James Herbert video, and if you like it, you know, if you like James Herbert and that, you know, please feel free to comment and that. Always love to hear from me viewers and that. And yeah, you know, subscribe, share, and all going well. I shall see you all in the next video.